it's pretty amazing going down there and running a number like a 4:03, at the Winter Nationals, the first race of the season. It's really exciting, especially because it's my home track. I love coming out here and doing well in Pomona, especially. My dad won it in the opening last year, so I don't know. This Traxxas Ford Mustang's been running pretty good, but thanks to all of our sponsors, Castrol, Ford, Auto Club, Brand Source, and Mac Tools. We got Stingray on board this year, so it's definitely an exciting season, and we're just hoping that tomorrow we can just continue to do the same and maybe even better. I got a little nervous next to Beckman. I saw him out ahead of me, and I was like, don't take that number one spot away from me. I was getting nervous, but that right lane's really tough. There's a bump down there, so we were trying to move our car a little more on the inside and just try to drive it down there, and it went fine. It was a great run. We were able to run a 4:07, so we're happy with that. And being able to run good down both lanes is always good going into race day. So we're feeling good and excited. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
How much of a pain in the butt has your dad been this weekend?
My dad has been twice as bad as normal because there's two of us, me and Brittany. So he's definitely got his hands full. But he's like, we came back after mine and Dad's run, and we're in the pit area. He's in a full fire suit, drinking a cup of coffee, which I have no idea how because I was sweating. But I was like, we got to run up because Brittany's about to run, and he just drops everything and starts running. He's not used to being in funny car and as well as top fuel, so he's a little confused. We got to get a routine down, but he was running up there so he can give Brittany her last few things of advice. But I was just trying to talk to her, and it's like radio, and then she's telling me trying to tell me when she could hear me, so it's a little hard. But I don't want to freak her out. I just said go out there, do the same thing. She's looking good so far. If they can just get a consistent, smooth run down there, then she'll be fine. But I love being out here with her. If Dad can just kind of take a few steps back, I think if she qualifies good, then I think he'll be okay tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Was he ever this overbearing, babysitting you girls when you were little?
The funny thing is, when we were little, he was like he wasn't ever really around. He was always out here. The second we turn 18, Dad shows up, and all the rules are applied, and we're like, what? No, you can't just give us a 9 o'clock curfew. We're 18 now, and he's trying to figure out the boss father situation.
Is he failing miserably?
He's doing all right. He's trying to figure out. He wants to make sure that he tells us everything that he knows about these cars and do the best he can, giving us advice. And he doesn't want to miss a beat. He wants to make sure we know everything that he does and learn from his mistakes, I guess. But you know what? We got to learn from our own, and I think he's having a tough time realizing that.
What about tomorrow? What do you anticipate tomorrow to be?
A few of the times that I've been in the number one spot, sometimes you go out first round, so I don't ever let that, change my outlook on things. That we've got a good race car, but there's guys that are right behind me. I really got to watch out for them. I'm not sure who I run first round, but we just got to go out there, try to run consistent. Don't want to make any mistakes as a driver. I'm still learning. I'm still new to all this. I'm pretty excited that we got the number one spot, but I still got to focus, keep it going slow, and just really, not get distracted by anything and do my same old routine.
Courtney, having the fact that your dad's a 15-time champion compared to, say, having a dad who didn't know much about racing, how much more advantage does that give you that he has all that extensive knowledge?
It definitely does, yeah. Dad, if he was just another guy, a dad at, the soccer dad or something, I don't think he'd be able to give us this much advice. He's been here, he started from the beginning, he struggled, he knows what it's like when, he knows these tracks better than, any of us. So, we really got to listen to him. He's got a lot to say. He's been through it all. So, we really do try to take his advice in, even though it's a little, it's a lot at once. But, we got to take it piece by piece and try to figure it out.
What did your crew guys tell you about today? Taking those runs in?
The runs, the first run earlier, they were telling me that was the straightest run I've ever made in my career. So that definitely made me happy. I was excited to hear that. Actually, no, that was wrong. That 403 I think was a little towards the wall. So it was the one before it yesterday. It was my straightest pass in my career. Anyways, it's just trying to keep the car straight, keep it off the wall, keep it off the center line. I mean, these lanes at this track are tricky. You know, they try to pull you to the left. You know, you saw some of the other guys bumping into the wall. And that right lane has a little bit of a bump in it, so, you know, he told me right before there, he said, Ron told me, you know, we're going to pull you a little bit more on the inside. Do not let it cross the center line. Keep that car as straight as you know how. And I did the best job I could doing that. And we avoided the bump, didn't spin the tires, and ran a 407. So we're excited about it. You know, we just got to, you know, make more passes, get used to these lanes, and I'll try to do the best job I can keeping this car straight.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Talk about not getting distracted, but when you're busy trying to rescue Brittany from your dad.
I know.
Is that, I mean, is it really a huge distraction actually for you?
I mean, it's not a huge distraction. It's definitely exciting. Having, you know, Brittany in the top fuel category, it's a little bit to get used to. You know, running around, but I mean, she's been doing a great job. She was testing all last season. I'm not too worried about her. She'll learn. She'll get with the rhythm of things, and you know, the first race is always the most stressful. So I mean, I think she'll do all right. I mean, I think it's just more exciting than anything, just having my sister out here. She's my best friend. So I mean, it's really amazing just you know, living our passion out here and being able to go out here and drive 300-mile-per-hour race cars. I'm sure there are not a lot of families that can say they can do that, you know, all together. So it's really unique, and I think it's really cool that we get to be out here with our dad and my sister Ashley, Jacob, they're out here, and my mom as well. So it's just a lot of fun.
But that's not distracting, trying to keep him from her and making her crazy.
No, I mean, Dad knows. I mean, you can't tell Dad to just walk away from, you know, telling Brittany advice. You can't do that. So Dad just does his own thing. Brittany will tell him if it's too much, and I mean, she has. It hasn't done anything, but Dad, I mean, he means well. So I mean, we can't blame him. We got to listen to his advice, but we just gotta, you know, we got to focus on ourselves as well. All right, thanks, Courtney. Sure.